There is a dark chapter in the history of the Golden Girls. A single scene that was deemed so offensive, it was completely erased from streaming services without a word. For a show that was praised for its forward-thinking message, this moment felt like a shocking betrayal to many fans.
Hulu has removed an episode of The Golden Girls.
I heard about that.
Due to blackface, which was actually them in mudface.
I heard about that.
We are pulling back the curtain to expose the controversial scene, the reasons behind its removal, and the passionate fan campaigns that fought to have it restored. You will be stunned by what you are about to learn. How 4 women conquered television. Tartikoff saw something special in that skit. Television at the time was obsessed with youth. The idea of a show centered entirely on older women was practically unheard of. But the skit had a certain charm, a warmth and humor that felt fresh. He was also inspired by a classic 1953 movie, How to Marry a Millionaire, which showed the power of a story focused on a group of strong female friends. He connected the dots and reached out to one of the most successful writers in television, Susan Harris. Harris was the genius behind hit shows like Soap and Benson, and she immediately understood the potential. She saw a massive, untapped audience of viewers who were tired of seeing older characters pushed to the sidelines. Harris went to work, creating 4 of the most iconic characters in television history. First, there was Blanche Devereaux, the confident, man-loving Southern belle who owned the house. Then came Rose Nyland, the sweet, naive, and often clueless woman from the small town of St. Olaf, Minnesota. Rounding out the original trio was Dorothy Zbornak, a sharp-witted, sarcastic, and divorced schoolteacher who served as the group's anchor. And finally, there was Dorothy's mother, Sophia Petrillo, a fiery Sicilian full of unfiltered opinions and wild stories. Each character was a masterpiece of writing, distinct and hilarious in her own way. The thing nobody tells you is that Sophia was never meant to be a main character. She was only supposed to appear every once in a while, but when test audiences saw Estelle Getty's performance, they fell in love. She was so funny that the producers knew they had to make her a permanent member of the household. When The Golden Girls premiered on September 14, 1985, it was an instant smash hit. The very first episode won its time slot, and the show quickly became a ratings powerhouse for NBC. It was praised by critics for its smart writing, its perfect comedic timing, and most importantly, its incredible cast. The chemistry between Bea Arthur, Betty White, Rue McClanahan, and Estelle Getty was pure magic. The show dominated awards season, winning a staggering 11 Emmy Awards and 4 Golden Globes over its run. In a truly amazing feat, all 4 of the lead actresses won an Emmy for their performances, a rare achievement that only a handful of shows have ever managed. But the show's success went beyond just ratings and awards. It was groundbreaking. At a time when women over 50 were practically invisible on television, The Golden Girls put them front and center. It showed them as vibrant, intelligent, and leading full, complex lives. They weren't just mothers or grandmothers. They were friends. They were professionals. And they were still interested in romance. This was a revolutionary concept for primetime television, and it resonated deeply with millions of viewers. But this progressive reputation is exactly what makes the story of its most controversial episode so shocking. A joke gone wrong. For a show celebrated for its forward-thinking humor, The Golden Girls was about to step on a landmine. The episode at the center of the storm is from the 3rd season and is titled Mixed Blessings. It first aired in 1988, and for more than 30 years, it was just another funny episode in the show's beloved history. But not all things are what they seem. In the year 2020, in the midst of a massive cultural reevaluation of past media, this episode suddenly vanished from the streaming service Hulu. There was no announcement, no explanation. It was just gone, leaving fans confused and angry. The plot of Mixed Blessings revolves around Dorothy's son, Michael, who announces he is getting married. The family is thrilled, but there's a twist. His fiancée, Lorraine, is a black woman. To make things even more complicated, Lorraine's mother is not happy about her daughter marrying a white man. The entire episode is about the 2 families confronting their own hidden prejudices. It was, for its time, a very progressive storyline, directly tackling issues of interracial marriage and racial bias. It was meant to be a story about overcoming prejudice and learning to accept one another. But the controversy has nothing to do with the episode's main plot. Instead, it centers on a single brief sight gag that lasts for less than a minute. In the scene, Rose and Blanche are getting ready for Michael and Lorraine's family to arrive. They are trying out a new beauty product, a mud mask. As they walk into the living room, their faces are completely covered in dark brown mud. At that exact moment, Lorraine and her family, who are black, walk through the door. Seeing the two white women with dark faces, one of Lorraine's family members asks, "What is this? Some kind of joke?" Rose, in her typical naive fashion, looks at Blanche and says, "This is mud on our faces. We're not really black." For decades, this was just seen as a classic sitcom misunderstanding, a moment of awkward comedy. But in 2020, viewers saw it through a different lens. The image of two white women with their faces darkened, even if it was just mud, was seen by some as an unintentional form of blackface. Blackface has a long and painful history in American entertainment, used to mock and demean black people. Even though the context of the scene was about a beauty treatment, the visual was too close for comfort for many people and for the executives at Hulu. In their view, the joke, however innocent its intention, was simply too problematic for a modern audience. And so, with the click of a button, the episode was memory-holed, erased from their platform as if it never existed. This decision ignited a firestorm online, but the debate was more complicated than anyone expected. The fight to save a sitcom episode. The removal of Mixed Blessings sent shockwaves through the fan community. To put it mildly, people were furious. The idea that a show as beloved and progressive as The Golden Girls could be censored was unthinkable to many. The user's title about the show being banned from all countries is an exaggeration, but it taps into the very real fear and anger that fans felt. In reality, the episode was only removed from Hulu in the United States. It was not a worldwide ban, but for loyal fans it felt like a betrayal. The backlash was immediate and intense. Fans took to social media to protest, arguing that Hulu had completely misunderstood the context of the scene. They pointed out that the joke wasn't about race at all. The humor came from the awkward timing and the classic sitcom trope of a misunderstanding. Rose and Blanche were not trying to imitate black people. They were doing a facial. The line, "We're not really black," was not a racial punchline, but Rose's clumsy attempt to explain the absurd situation. Many argued that by removing the episode, Hulu was actually doing a disservice to the show's legacy. Mixed Blessings was an episode that explicitly condemned racism. Its core message was about acceptance and looking past skin color. To ban it because of a single misinterpreted sight gag felt like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. The thing nobody tells you is that this wasn't happening in a vacuum. In 2020, many TV shows and movies were being re-examined. Episodes of shows like 30 Rock and Scrubs that featured actual intentional blackface were being pulled. The Golden Girls seemed to have been caught in this wider net, a victim of a corporate policy that didn't leave much room for nuance. Many people, including prominent black writers and cultural critics, came to the show's defense. They argued that there is a huge difference between a character applying a beauty product and the historically racist practice of blackface minstrelsy. They felt that by failing to see that difference, the streaming platform was engaging in a form of performative wokeness that did more harm than good by erasing a story that was, at its heart, anti-racist. For 3 long years, the battle lines were drawn in the digital sand. An episode had vanished, and its absence sparked a firestorm of debate that echoed across countless forums and social media threads. On one side stood the defenders of artistic integrity. They argued it was a harmless joke from a bygone era, a product of its time that had simply aged poorly. To them, its removal was a cowardly act of censorship, a dangerous precedent that threatened to erase any art that didn't conform to the ever-shifting standards of the present. They asked where the line would be drawn. On the other side, voices rose demanding accountability. They saw a genuinely offensive moment, a piece of content that reinforced harmful ideas and had no place on a modern platform. Was Hulu not responsible for protecting its viewers? For this group, it wasn't censorship, it was curation, a necessary step in creating a more inclusive entertainment landscape. The controversy became a textbook example of the immense complexities of judging past media by the lens of modern values. For 3 years, if you wanted to watch Mixed Blessings on Hulu, you hit a wall. It was a missing piece of the story, a void in the narrative. But this incident was not the only time the show bravely walked a controversial line. How the Golden Girls took on the world. Long before the infamous mud mask incident, the Golden Girls had already cemented its legacy by tackling subjects that other sitcoms of its era wouldn't dare to touch. In a television landscape dominated by safe, family-friendly humor, the writers and producers made a deliberate choice to use the show's comedy as a vehicle for starting vital conversations. They approached sensitive topics with a remarkable blend of courage, wit, and humanity that was far ahead of its time. What many might overlook now is the oppressive atmosphere of the 1980s, particularly during the height of the AIDS crisis. Fear, fueled by rampant misinformation, was a social plague. The disease was cruelly stigmatized, often dismissed with prejudice as a gay disease. In a powerful and unforgettable 1990 episode titled 72 Hours, the show confronted this ignorance head-on. The story begins when Rose receives a terrifying letter from a hospital, informing her that a blood transfusion she had years earlier may have been tainted with HIV. The episode masterfully follows Rose through 3 agonizing days of waiting for her test results. It portrays her journey with raw honesty, her initial disbelief, her growing fear, her flashes of anger, and her struggle with the terrifying possibility of her own mortality. Her roommates, her family, immediately rally around her, yet the show doesn't sanitize the reality of the era's prejudice. In one pivotal scene, Blanche, paralyzed by the same misinformation gripping the nation, admits she's afraid to even use the same coffee cups as Rose. By placing this crisis upon a sweet, heterosexual, and universally beloved character, the show delivered a profound message to millions. AIDS is not a bad person's disease. It is a human disease, and it can affect anyone. It was a landmark moment for television that helped humanize the crisis and foster empathy where there was only fear. The show's courage didn't stop there. It was also years ahead of its time in its advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights. In the 1991 episode Sister of the Bride, Blanche's brother Clayton visits and joyfully announces he's getting married to his partner, Doug. Blanche's initial reaction is one of confusion and discomfort, a reflection of the prevailing societal views of the era. She struggles with the idea, unable to reconcile her love for her brother with her traditional Southern values. But through heartfelt conversations with her friends, she undergoes a powerful transformation. By the end of the episode, she not only accepts Clayton's relationship, but fiercely defends it, telling a disapproving neighbor that her brother's happiness is all that matters. In a declaration that was incredibly bold for its time, she insists their love is real and prophesies that one day their commitment will be recognized. It was an unambiguous statement in favor of marriage equality, more than 2 decades before it became the law of the land. Fundamentally, the show consistently used its massive platform to stand up for the marginalized and challenge social norms. In Mary Has a Little Lamb, the girls take in a pregnant teenager who has been kicked out of her home, exploring the difficult topic with compassion instead of judgment. In another powerful episode, they confront a neighbor who is trying to stop a black family from moving into the neighborhood, directly challenging racism in their own community. Over and over again, the Golden Girls proved it was more than just a comedy. It was a show with a deep conscience, a show that believed in the power of laughter to teach profound lessons about empathy, tolerance, and justice. This is precisely why the controversy over the Mixed Blessings episode was so painful for its dedicated fans. It felt like a betrayal of the very legacy the show had so bravely built. A legacy of always, unequivocally, being on the right side of history. So, was Hulu right to remove the episode? Or was it a case of modern standards unfairly judging the past? Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into television history.